Is this the end of the BTS era as we know it? That sentence might sound exaggerated, until this morning, when Park Jimin's name, one of BTS's emotional pillars, was shockingly removed from HYBE's internal documents. More than a clerical error, the change triggered an emergency internal meeting, silence from official social media accounts, and, for the first time, an open response from Jungkook. A big question now lingers in the minds of ARMYs worldwide. Is this a sign of cracks forming within BTS's lineup? This surprise didn't stem from street gossip or anonymous accounts. An internal HYBE source confirmed that Jimin is indeed being re-evaluated regarding his position in the group's promotional agenda. Still, there has been no official statement, no open clarification from the company, and, strangely enough, Jimin's management account has been inactive for more than 72 hours. A highly unusual situation for an idol with his level of public engagement. The matter is made worse by the sudden closed-door meeting held by BTS members, which showed unusual signs. Fans, journalists, and industry analysts closely observed the members' movements. RM and Jimin were seen leaving HYBE's office in silence, with serious expressions. Cameras caught a sense of tension between them. But what shocked everyone most was Jungkook's move, the youngest member, usually silent on internal issues, finally speaking out. In a short but meaningful post on the group's official account, Jungkook wrote, "We didn't make this decision lightly. This is part of a major restructuring we believe will protect our future. I know you're worried about Jimin. This is not a farewell. This is preparation." Those words spread like wildfire. Thousands of retweets, emotional comments, and conspiracy theories emerged worldwide. Many asked, what's really happening with Jimin? If it's just a schedule adjustment due to military service, why all the secrecy and tension? Speculation grew, especially after HYBE's spokesperson gave a brief clarification that the change was part of the normal protocol for artists entering a personal phase. But that narrative didn't match other drastic actions, including HYBE's stock dropping nearly 5% in one day after the news broke. To the market, this was a sign that something serious is happening inside BTS's engine room. Korean entertainment industry expert Professor Han Seo-jin of Yonsei University added his analysis. BTS isn't just any group. Everything about them is designed and communicated with high precision. A sudden decision like this, especially involving Jimin, isn't just about business strategy. It may reflect an internal conflict that has been hidden. Many observers suspect this isn't merely about military service, but about the direction of Jimin's individual career. Will he return to BTS after a break? Or is he preparing for a more independent solo path? The fact that Jungkook used the phrase, "protect our future," made some fans feel that HYBE is preparing for a major structural shift. Fueling the fire is the perceived friction between HYBE's internal divisions, those managing BTS as a group versus those focusing on solo promotions. Disagreement over Jimin's role in future projects seems to have triggered this crisis. And, for the first time, the public can truly feel it. Yet, amid the flood of speculation, a sharper question emerges. Is all this real or part of a highly sophisticated communication strategy? In the TikTok and Twitter era, where anything can go viral in seconds, many believe this drama could be strategic fabrication. Sensation, after all, is the lifeblood of entertainment. Jungkook, in a limited interview with local media, added one statement deepening the mystery. In an organization this big, love alone is not enough. We must be fair, and that's what we're fighting for today. That line can be interpreted in many ways. Is it a hint that Jimin wants a different path, or that this decision wasn't his to make? One thing's clear, for a group long known for its unity, such a sudden decision and emergency meeting suggest serious tensions no longer hidden. As of today, Jimin's social media remains inactive. Fans continue flooding the comments with support and concern. The hashtags #ProtectJimin and #WhereIsJimin remain trending in several countries. Yet, no clarity has been given. This situation requires the public, especially fans, not just to consume information, but to become critical observers. In a sea of blurred lines between fact and sensation, it's important to ask, who truly benefits from this chaos? Is this truly an internal crisis? Or part of a broader narrative to keep BTS globally relevant during military hiatus? In other words, was Jimin ousted, or is this all just world-class narrative play? But let's pause and ask calmly, is any of this real, or is it a meticulously planned performance? Amid the grandeur and tension of the news, we must remember that in an industry as vast as K-pop, especially when it involves a name as big as BTS, no narrative surfaces by accident. Everything shown to the public, from facial expressions to social media timing, could have passed through invisible layers of planning. Let's examine, was Jimin truly removed? Or is this part of a slick promotional strategy, crafted to reignite global conversation during BTS's military break? Some entertainment analysts call it controlled tension tactics, where the narrative is kept ambiguous enough to spark chaos, but unclear enough to keep the public guessing. In times like this, we must question the motives behind each piece of surfaced information. Why no full clarification from HYBE? Why does Jungkook's statement sound so diplomatic and open to interpretation? More importantly, why is this happening now? Is this moment used to test the market for Jimin's solo potential? Or more radically, is HYBE preparing BTS 2.0 with a new lineup, structure, or even concept? We can't deny that in entertainment, what's shown doesn't always reflect what truly happens behind the scenes. Social media platforms like TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube have become prime arenas for information and disinformation. Some videos claim Jimin clashed with management over his career direction. Others suggest conflict arose from disagreements over support agency selection for his solo projects. But supporting evidence remains vague, blurry, and often contradictory. As a viewer or fan, are you still sure what you see is pure reality? Or is it time to admit that much of what we've believed could be media construction, designed to stir emotions, shape opinions, and most importantly, maintain presence in a world of ever shorter attention spans? Let's review the facts. No open statement from Jimin. His management account disappeared suddenly for over 3 days. HYBE remains silent, only issuing a formal clarification that sounds like a recycled crisis response. Company stock plunged after the news, meaning this is no trivial matter for investors. So, who actually benefits from this narrative? HYBE, with its influence, surely understands that any BTS movement, no matter how small, has massive impact. So, if there's internal drama, why not handle it quietly as usual? And if this is just a promo strategy, then the public is being made part of a grand script never shared with them. In this situation, reflective and skeptical thinking becomes vital. We are invited to think not just as fans who love their idols, but as conscious and critical digital media citizens. We must start asking, who is crafting this narrative? What's the goal? And how do we know this isn't just emotional bait? Because maybe, while all eyes are fixed on Jimin's dismissal, another agenda is being drafted behind the curtain. Perhaps it's about BTS rebranding, maybe about launching a global project, or even, the wildest theory, a fabricated internal conflict corrected by a public reconciliation moment designed as a high-selling drama. Of course, we want to believe that artists like Jimin are not played by narratives created for numbers and attention. But we also cannot ignore that this industry's history has repeatedly shown that what happens backstage often differs from what's shown on stage.